That's a mediocre mind. That's a mediocre mind because they come just to survive, to go to the 12th round. That's a mediocre mind. You need to put a good fight there and put great show. You know what I mean?
Do you think Crawford will employ the same tactics to try and box
I
on
hope
that
not.
side?
I hope not because the people deserve a good.
You know what I mean? There have been some great fights. Do you think Crawford will use the same tactics in this one? I hope not. The fans deserve a real fight. New footage has emerged showing Canelo Alvarez taunting Terence Crawford during their latest face-off, telling him, "Better start running." The clip quickly went viral on social media, drawing strong reactions from fans and boxing analysts alike. With tensions already high, this moment has only intensified the hype surrounding the bout. The psychological warfare has begun, and the build-up is getting serious. After weeks of speculation, the Canelo vs Crawford fight is now official. The two finally came face-to-face for the first time since the announcement, and their tense stare-down left everyone talking. After his most recent fight, Canelo Alvarez was asked about his brief face-off with Terence Crawford and what was said during the exchange. While Canelo kept things respectful, he made it clear that he's focused on delivering a true, competitive fight this September. He also voiced his frustration with one-sided matchups and stressed that fans deserve an exciting and balanced showdown.
Nothing, just good luck and thanks. I say to him, I hope we put a good show September, not like this. That's why I hate fighting like that, because to put a good show you need to have two fighters try to be able to try to win, do something, but it is what it is. I'm happy with the win, and that's all.
After months of speculation, the boxing world finally has its answer. The long-anticipated showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is officially on. Scheduled for September 12th in Las Vegas, the event is set to deliver fireworks, with high stakes, worldwide buzz, and even backing from international figures aiming to elevate the entire card.
The official promotion for the September 12th Las Vegas, Nevada mega showdown super fight between Terence Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez has actually officially begun. Who you got winning this fight? This is going to be an epic event, an epic showdown, as Turki Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, is looking to make the undercard absolutely stacked. So now we are here. Las Vegas, Nevada, September 12th, Terence Crawford versus Canelo.
Terence Crawford sees things from a different perspective. Speaking ahead of the fight, he shared his thoughts on the challenges Canelo may face, and how those challenges could impact their upcoming showdown. Terence Crawford recently made it clear that his sights are firmly set on Canelo Alvarez as his next major opponent. Amid all the speculation about future matchups, Crawford left no doubt about who he's targeting.
I'm keeping my eye on a personal opponent. Canelo's the guy that we got our eyes on.
When asked about his motivation for the fight, Crawford emphasized that it's a crucial part of his legacy. He's hungry for big challenges and views this matchup as a defining opportunity to showcase his greatness. For him, this fight carries significant weight in shaping his career.
Oh, I'm very hungry. I wanted this fight because this is going to solidify myself in a greatness status. Take big chances, big opportunities. That's what I'm all about.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Canelo Alvarez recently addressed the growing tension between him and Terence Crawford. Responding to Crawford's confident remarks in recent interviews, Canelo noted what he perceives as a lack of respect, not just toward him, but toward others in the boxing world as well.
He's a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit.
Amid all the hype, some voices in the boxing world are urging caution, particularly regarding weight class differences. Legendary commentator Jim Lampley, known for calling some of the sport's biggest bouts, stepped back from the excitement to offer a blunt reality check about the uphill battle Crawford may be facing.
My first thought is whether it's 14 pounds and 21 pounds, it's a big gap. And it's not the kind of gap that fighters are normally able to easily deal with, particularly in the middle range of weight classes. You know, Terence Crawford has not fought at 168 pounds. Terence Crawford, to my knowledge, has fought once at 154 pounds. I saw him at 135, 140, 147. I watched his genesis through those weight classes. I think he's a fantastic fighter. I regard myself as the world's biggest Terence Crawford.
In the lead-up to his highly anticipated clash with Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford openly acknowledged the size difference between them. Despite the physical disparity, Crawford remains confident, stressing that his skill set and ring intelligence will be key to closing the gap. He believes that strategy and technique, not size, will ultimately determine the outcome.
I'm smaller than Canelo. I know I'm smaller than these guys.
He's a thick kid.
Yeah, we know that. But at the same time, we got to see.
So when I say that he's small, and buddies go, that sounds negative, man. Understand, that's why if he does it, he's one of the greatest fighters ever, or best fighters ever. That is why. Bud said, I know I'm smaller than him, but we're gonna have to see.
A lot of people, my whole life,
Oscar de la Hoya recently shared his candid thoughts on the Canelo vs. Crawford fight, admitting that it's tough to pick a clear winner. He highlighted Canelo's wear and tear from years of grueling matchups and the natural effects of aging. In contrast, he noted that Crawford has remained sharp, making this a true 50-50th showdown in his eyes.
Tough one because we can all see it. Canelo's declining. We can see it because Father Time just catches up to you. That's just the name of the game, the nature of the beast, right? Crawford, I mean, he's the same age as well, you know? Different types of lifestyles, different styles. You know, Canelo's getting into some wars now, which kind of like chips away at the block, you know? Do I favor him over Canelo? I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 fight at this point, given where they're at their career.
Boxing legend Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. didn't mince words when discussing the Canelo vs. Crawford matchup. Commenting on the size difference and Crawford's motivation for taking the fight, Chavez questioned Crawford's reasoning. He also boldly predicted a clear victory for Canelo.
Bueno, es una pelea muy dispareja, la verdad. Crawford es un gran peleador, pero no tiene nada que hacer en ese peso. Con todo respeto, él va por el dinero y Canelo lo gana.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. recently shared his thoughts on the much-anticipated Canelo vs. Crawford clash. While many fans have focused on the size difference, Roy offered a fresh perspective, emphasizing that this fight will ultimately be about strategy rather than sheer power.
Not gonna see what most people are expecting, that's for sure. I can guarantee that, you know, because most people looking at the weights and saying, oh, they're too far apart, Canelo's too big. No, we're not gonna see what y'all think we're gonna see. We're gonna see a chess match, and a chess match that, if it's played correctly by each side, it could be very interesting. If it's played wrong by either side, the other side would dump.
Roy Jones Jr. didn't just analyze the Canelo vs. Crawford matchup, he also looked beyond the fight. In a bold statement, he urged Crawford to retire if he emerges victorious. However, he also warned Canelo that stepping away wouldn't silence the critics or end the chase from the one name still relentlessly pursuing him.
He should retire if he wins. Canelo, no, you have unfinished business, bro. You can try to hide, you can try to run, but that monster thing, it ain't going nowhere. I'm sorry. Even if you retire the rest of your career, the monster thing is not going anywhere because the monster was searching for you. He beat everything y'all sent at him in the process of trying to get to you. I don't care who you beat, the monster thing is gonna always.
Former world champion Amir Khan recently shared his insights on the high-stakes clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Reflecting on what it takes to win at the highest level, Khan emphasized that this fight isn't just about strength or speed, it's about a complete skill set and ring intelligence.
Right box IQ, you know what I mean? You need to be smart. And someone like Canelo fighting against Crawford, you need more than power, you need more than speed, you need ring IQ, you need literally everything, because this is the two best pound for pound fighters who are going to be fighting each other, even though Crawford is going to be giving away a lot of weight. But I feel that it could go either.
In a recent interview, Terence Crawford's trainer, Brian McIntyre, responded firmly to questions about whether Crawford would get a fair chance against Canelo, particularly in a close fight. McIntyre made it clear what the fight truly represents and what it means for Crawford's career.
Hell no. Hell no. That's a question. You know, getting into a Canelo fight, what it is. You gotta wash him. You gotta do what Bivol did to him. You gotta do what Floyd did to him. Terence Crawford top 3 all time, right? One of the greatest fighters of all time.
Lonnie, a former title contender known for his sharp boxing IQ, shared a raw and emotional take on the Canelo vs. Crawford showdown. He recognized Crawford's heart and determination but emphasized the tough reality of moving up in weight to face a powerful 168-pounder like Canelo.
Bigger, and he got that Cuban style. You know what I'm saying? I think, yes, I think he will. I think Canelo's gonna have to worry. Skull gonna have a lot more for him to worry about than Crawford, because Crawford is just too small. It's cool. I'm not saying he ain't gonna have a couple good rounds, but I don't think Canelo's ever gonna be in a place where he have to panic. You know what I'm saying? Where he have to panic.
Lonnie also provided an honest perspective on Crawford's decision to move up in weight to face Canelo. While he praised Crawford's heart and ability to rise in tough moments, he questioned whether that same grit would be enough against a natural 168-pounder. He believes the size and power difference could ultimately be the deciding factor.
Crawford is gangster. I ain't gonna front. Crawford's heart is gangster. Yeah. You know, his heart is gangster. If you look at Sean for the fight with Sean Porter, you know, Sean got that style to keep coming forward, keep banging and banging and banging. But Crawford's heart is gangster. He know when to turn it up. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, will he be good against Canelo? You know what I'm saying? When he getting hit by a 68-pounder, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. No. It's one of the fights I just got to see. You know what I'm saying? Because Crawford is my guy, man. That's my guy. Like I would love to see him win, though. I would love to see him win.
As the talk intensifies around the Canelo vs. Crawford fight, Showbiz the adult didn't hold back. He pointed out that Crawford will need all the help he can get to overcome Canelo's size, power, and experience advantage at super middleweight. For Crawford, this is a challenge that few believe he can conquer.
Good! Listen, bro, snack doesn't pop. We don't like that, you know, it's associated with who I think is the biggest cheater in sports history. And he needs to bulk up and still keep his speed and explosiveness against Canelo. You remember when I said, dude, bathe in that. Don't even mix it and drink it. Drink it, eat it, throw the powder on, exfoliate with snack.
While many fans are excited about the prospect of Canelo facing Terence Crawford, William Skull, David Benavidez's father and trainer, Jose Benavidez Sr., isn't impressed. He criticized Canelo's recent choices, calling them easy fights, and questioned Crawford's decision to jump in weight for the bout.
Crawford, come on, you know, he looked really bad in his last fight. He's going up 2 divisions, you know? Come on, bro. It's like we try to go up and fight Usyk at heavyweight, you know? Come on, you know? No, David's not ready to do that yet, you know? So I don't think Crawford's ready to do that either, you know? I see a easy 2 fights for him, and that's what they want. The people allowed that, the organizations allowed that, so he's going to continue doing that. Why?
Boxing legend Juan Manuel Marquez didn't hold back when asked about the Canelo vs. Crawford matchup. While he respects Crawford's skills, Marquez expressed serious concerns about the weight difference between the two. He shared his thoughts on the potential risks Crawford faces by moving up in weight.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what? Yeah, weight classes.
For a reason.
Weight classes and Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrigal.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power.
and three more divisions, two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination of punches, but I think the weight class is no good for.
Sean Porter, who once faced Crawford in the ring, expressed concern about Crawford's matchup with Canelo Alvarez. While he praised Crawford's skill, Porter questioned whether Crawford could handle Canelo's power at 168 pounds. He believes Crawford will need to rely on his speed and ring IQ to survive, but warned that the size difference could pose a serious problem.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo has, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out,
As the excitement for the Canelo vs. Crawford mega fight on September 12th continues to grow, Teofimo Lopez expressed interest in joining the card. He proposed a co-main event against Gervonta Davis, calling it a major draw and a money fight that could elevate the entire event to blockbuster status.
Possible over here on this side of the pond, so I think it's a great fight, and we can even put the likes of myself and Tank on the undercard of that as a co-feature.
It's a big Riyadh card, that, right? We could do that in Vegas, LA.
That's a money pit right there, bro. Everybody gotta wear their ski mask.
Following the announcement of Canelo vs. Crawford, Dmitry Bivol shared his reaction. He highlighted how badly Crawford wants this fight and praised his champion mindset. Bivol believes that Crawford's energy and style will make this clash far more exciting than what fans have seen from Canelo's past opponents.
Crawford wants this fight a lot. He wants this fight, and I think he will be more active than Canelo's previous opponent, and he has different mentality. He has champion mentality. I think fight will be much more.
After analyzing Canelo's most recent performance, Dmitry Bivol offered more insight into how the Crawford fight could unfold. He suggested that, unlike Canelo's recent opponents, Crawford won't allow him to control the pace or take breaks in the ring as easily.
I think Crawford will not let Canelo just walking on the ring when he wants, because we could see this fight. Canelo did everything. When he wanna rest, he could rest easy, in this fight. Yeah, of course, when he wants to work, that guy didn't give him work. Just rest.
And
I think with Crawford, it will be harder to rest.
Who do you think wins?
I don't know. It's a very interesting fight, but
British rising star Hamza Shiraz weighed in on the Canelo vs. Crawford matchup, taking a clear stance on the size difference. After watching Canelo handle a true 168-pounder, Shiraz highlighted the danger Crawford faces by moving up in weight.
I don't think I know the weight divisions for a reason. Tonight he actually fought a 168-pounder who was soaking up his punches and whatnot, but I think, it'll be a good fight, but I think he'll knock Crawford out.
IBF super middleweight champion William Skull has expressed his thoughts on the upcoming fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. While acknowledging the significance of the bout, Skull emphasized the importance of focusing on the present. He believes that discussions about future matchups should not overshadow the current challenges fighters face. Skull's perspective highlights the need for concentration and respect for each opponent, regardless of their stature or reputation.
Well, I really have nothing much to say. Boxing is like a Pandora's box, so it's about to wait and see.
David Benavidez has expressed his thoughts on the upcoming fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. While acknowledging the significance of the bout, Benavidez emphasized his own aspirations in the sport. He remains focused on his path and is determined to continue proving himself in the ring.
You say it's a good fight, and it's a good fight. I wish both of them the best. I definitely do use that as motivation, because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous I am. To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess thankfully I'm not fighting.
During their initial face-off, Canelo Alvarez delivered a pointed warning to Terence Crawford in a leaked audio clip. As the fight approaches, Canelo's message is unmistakably clear. The tension between the two fighters is palpable, heightening anticipation for the upcoming showdown. With leaked face-off footage circulating and strong opinions from boxing legends like Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Dmitry Bivol, and Roy Jones Jr., the Canelo vs. Crawford bout is shaping up to be more than just a super fight. It's a high-stakes clash of pride and legacy. Canelo's warning, "Better start running," has added fuel to the fire, intensifying the mind games between the two. While Crawford remains confident despite the size disparity, the psychological battle is in full swing. The clash on September 12th isn't merely about belts or rankings, it's about pride, legacy, and the audacity to chase greatness against the odds. Now, it's your turn. Can Crawford make history, or will Canelo prove too formidable? Drop your pick below.